This is kind of funny up here. There are two turkeys inside of this tent. And you're supposed to vote on whether to pardon them or not. Hey, turkey! Oh, look at that. They come over to see you. There's a boy and a girl. Right now, the votes are eat, 781, and pardon, 1,051. They're kind of cute, and they come over to look at you. I'm going to have to go with pardon. Now, I am off to prove once again that work sucks. It's actually not bad. I could just think of other things I'd like to do, like laying on the beach in Hawaii, hiking a mountain in Costa Rica, taking a cruise in the Bahamas. Very tempted to retire. Just another year. And here's a house that we remodeled here. Here's another house that we remodeled there. We rebuilt the entire front of that one. That turned out really cool. And there's other houses along this road that we've remodeled over the years. I almost feel as though Mitch and I own this neighborhood. So I am using my cell phone here to reach up into the cavity between the floors so that I can see what is happening with this knob and tube wiring. So I'm reaching way in there and looking at where the wires are coming down through the ceiling. So there you see the knob and tube wiring connecting to a knob in front, and then you see a tube and a knob behind. And then there's soldered joints and tape. So let me see what I'm doing here. So this is a test, and that wire is hot. And I'm still trying to figure out just where these wires are going, because they go through the board into the ceiling surface, but the wires are not sticking through. So they were embedded into the plaster in the ceiling, the lath and plaster. So I have to figure out just where they are and then open up the holes so that I can pull the wires out of the plaster. And then you see the second board, you can see that there's two more holes behind this in that next board. And what that is over the years, other people have, or other remodels have taken place, and they have put the lights in different positions in the room, and we are going to put them in yet another position. See, this is Archie. Archie is wearing the collar of shame right now because he just got fixed and we don't want him licking his wounds. So anyway, he's just coming over here to get some loveys. So the orange pipe, that is part of the fire sprinkler system, and so that we had to open up the ceilings for all of that. And now that the ceilings are open, the homeowners have decided that they wanted to put some new lights in the living room. And as it turned out, there used to be lights there, and that's what we're doing, is trying to reactivate those lights. So what I'm doing right now is reaching blindly with my tape measure, using my cell phone as a periscope, so that I can clumsily get a measurement of how far in the wires are. Hi, boy. Good boy. So I'm going to fiddle around with that. Right now the tape is tangled up a little bit, but I'll get it. Say hi to YouTube, Archie. So I'll have that in just a minute. Gotta get some ear scratches in here. Okay, so I'm working over one of the lights is in front of the fireplace, and the other light is over by the entry to the dining room.
And there's no way to tell until we put something on it, a light bulb, so to speak.
Yeah, so I'm explaining how to do the lights to the homeowner. But so I think this here is the other light position. And so I have my cell phone is on the selfie stick, and I'm reaching way down in there trying to figure out what's going on with another set of wires. So we have to get measurements of where this location is so that we minimize the amount that we have to crack open the ceiling to get these wires. We do end up making about 1 foot square holes in the ceiling, and as luck would have it, the wires were all close enough that we were able to use them in the new locations inside the plastic boxes. So all the wires are in pretty good shape, and it's knob and tube, but we're not worried about using the knob and tube because all the new lighting is LED. And LED uses 1/10 of the power of an incandescent, or 1/5 of the power of a fluorescent bulb. So 10 LED bulbs uses roughly the same as 1 incandescent bulb. There's just not very much current draw going through the wires anymore with modern lighting. And the less current, the less concern you have about overheating wires. And there's no insulation on these wires either. That's a major concern with knob and tube, is making sure that they are not covered by insulation, because the wires are rated for 60 degrees centigrade and they require the air cooling around them. Okay, we have relocated the lights up here. Looks like they have been relocated a couple of times over the years.
I'm doing a
So
rehash.
this is the newest location here, hey, and there. And then we've run around and patched all the ceilings up.
Give everybody a kiss.
Then we still have another patch here. And a couple of
Uh-oh,
other
are we getting
patches.
grouchy? Are we getting grouchy?
Is the fire sprinkler system up there. And look at that sunset out there. Of course, it's not going to show up in here very well. Okay.
So as I was saying before, knob and tube wiring, he's getting antsy, so I'm going to let Archie go. Good boy. Knob and tube is rated for 60 degrees centigrade, and it needs to be in the air without obstruction around it, no insulation around it, so that it can dissipate the heat. Modern wire, THNN or NM wire, is rated for 90 degrees centigrade, and it can handle much higher heat. And so that's what we just had to go through in the attic portion of this when we eliminated all the knob and tube up in the attic, was to replace it with NM wire, non-metallic sheathed cable, 14 gauge wire, so that we could put insulation all through the attic. And I believe the attic is going to get R42 insulation. So there you see I'm fiddling with my cell phone again with the selfie stick, trying to get a location on those wires. And I'm just kind of repositioning, or what am I doing here? I'm not sure what I'm doing. Okay, I'm repositioning. Okay, actually, I think what I'm doing is inspecting down each bay between all the floor joists to see what kind of wiring is up in the attic. So, or up in the space between floors. And so it is all just simple open space with a couple of knob and tube wires running through it. And here I'm looking for, there's another wire that we're trying to figure out, or a switch. We're trying to figure out what it does.
They have done some restorative work here.
And I can't find the wires for it.
That's treated lumber, so that's obviously much newer than the rough sawn 2x12s, 2x10s.
So I'll look for it tomorrow.
Well, shoot, I was hoping that I was going to find some wire coming down here, but I'm not going to.
Okay, well, thanks for watching the video. Hope you're enjoying this series on knob and tube wiring, and we will see you on the next video. Don't forget to like, please do subscribe, and thanks for watching.